devices which naturally oscillates at a specific frequency, and it depends on the shape, size, material, and design. For example, the tuning fork, cantilever, diaphragms. So then comes the NMEMS resonator. So a cantilever structure that is fabricated in nanoscale, and which has a specific frequency that we can say as NMEMS resonators, which has application in transduction and actuation. It can show proper stability, and it can have proper tunability. It can show sensitivity, like in gas humidity sensors and accelerometers, etc. Then it can show. It can be useful in biosensing. So based on the clamps, as I am talking about the cantilevers, so I have included general three types of resonators actually. Resonators, that is, first one is clamp free, then second one is clamp, and fourth one which we are working on, or like from which we got the motivation to do our work, that is the pedestal cantilever with four fixed pedestal cantilevers with four fixed end of fixed end. Some common cantilevers in use are, this is not so. Yeah, actually it was the Howrah bridge. Actually, I wanted to show two types. One is micro scale inverse Howrah bridge, and in nano scale, we can say the cantilever AFM cantilevers. So which we are generally using for just some references. And as like Howrah bridge is two-sided clamp cantilever, that is suspension type cantilevers. And yeah. So working principle of a cantilever or cantilever beam dynamics. Generally, fabrication of cantilevers is dependent on three factors, or we can say its dynamic is dependent on three factors. That is the deflection, resonant frequency, and the damping factor. And which can be seen as a deflection G under a given force is given by this equation, and from this we can get the sensitivity part, and the resonant frequency equation can be seen as okay, so the resonant frequency is F0 is equal to 1 by 2 pi spin constant divided by mass root over. And the deflection, as you can see, in one fixed end cantilever, the deflection of the free end can be given as the G, which is, sorry,
नीचे एरो दिखा है ना, हाँ ये,
yeah. So which can be defined as omega LQ, where EB dq, which is omega is the weight, and B is the breadth of the cantilever, and D can say is the depth, and E indicates the Young's modulus. So in the second one, we have why we have taken the pedestal design, because in general cantilever which is fixed end and one end is free, so we observe that the free end it is more sensitive as compared to the fixed end. It has been proposed that this problem, the mass sensitivity problem, can be tackled by modifying the design of the cantilever. That is the four-side fixed end cantilever, and in the general cantilever, the non-linear damping factor I have included. That is L is the length of the beam, and beam length, and the gap G is the gap between the fixed and beam. So why we have taken that generally when we are taking forehand or the pedestal design, the stress distribution is uniform. So that's why we have taken this design as a contribution, as our motivation. And here we can see by combining these all pedestal designs, we can make some useful devices or elements, we can say. And here I have given the reference as change in stress occurring at the cantilever surface resulting in bending is given as the delta lambda.
What is sigma here? Sigma is?
Sigma is the stress distribution, change in stress.
Strain?
Stress.
Change in
Stress. It is stress. No? Change in the stress.
So, we know that stress distribution is always in mechanics. What actually happened, that the change in stress is related to the thermal distribution also. So here for references, we have taken silicon as the substrate material, and on which we are doing the coating of the materials. And why? Because coefficient of thermal expansion, silicon has lesser coefficient of thermal expansion, on which we are doing the composite coating, like nano composite coating, that is the SiC, Si3N4 or TiB2, which has higher value of coefficient of thermal expansion.
So which one will perform better?
So actually coefficient of thermal expansion higher means it will be more prone to change. Yeah.
So you would like to have titanium molecule?
Yeah. So
What is that? TiB2 is what?
TiB2 titanium diborate.
Diborate.
So I think the more will perform Si3N4 because it will change.
More means more response.
Yeah.
Sensitivity will be high.
Yes, sir. That's why we have taken silicon as the base material. So these are the designs, how we have fabricated the one. This has been taken from Cape. So material selection generally N MEMS are cantilevers or resonators, which are made or which are fabricated by layering the different materials. So here, as we can say, like silicon substrate we have taken, then the bottom and the upper electrode, and these electrodes are made by layering the metal layers or the multi layers. So as per means for EA, for convenience to understand, I have shown that silicon is the substrate and these are the multi layers, and these multi layers can be hard coatings, metal oxides, resins, that is BMI, then porous silicon, bioceramics, and conducting polymers. And this cantilever design has application widely used in MEMS resonators, diagnostic transducers, AFM, and sensors. So my research objective from this motivation, from the literature survey or from the previous slides, means I thought that my research objective should be to perform nanomechanical analysis involving finite element modeling of coatings for use in pedestal designs. Then second, to establish structure, property, correlations of different functional materials for use in pedestal design. And third is to perform modeling and simulations based on spring mass model and establish a comparative analysis of the sensitivity of different functional materials used in pedestal design. So second chapter is my materials and methods. As I have already discussed that I have taken the base material as the or substrate material as the silicon. So for indication I have just shown here that we have taken the pedestal design on which we are doing the coating, and the coatings which or the materials which I have worked on is coating or nano composites, and then second one porous silicon, metal oxides, polymer coatings. And why I have taken, because the nano composites give better performance than the monolithic coatings, and it has used in harsh conditions, and it has driver applications and tunability. So these are the fabrication, synthesis and fabrication techniques which I have used in my research work, like magnetron splashing, on which I have worked with this SiCN, JB SiC, and cobalt and cobalt oxide, sol gel, and for some metal oxide, and which have been doped, and lithography and low pressure CPD. So then sintering, electrochemical etching, ion beam, then thermal coatings and thermal evaporation, and atomic atmospheric pressure plasma. These are the models which I have used and the materials which I have used. So for the structural characterization technique, I have used the X-ray diffraction for SiC, ZNO, and Cu copper oxide, and then EDEX, then UV visible, then photoluminescence, then Raman analysis, FTIR, PGA, and DSC for these respective materials. And for the microstructural characterization technique, I have used the optical microscope and same, then TAME and AFM. And on this material, I have used this microstructural characterization technique. Then for the mechanical property investigation, indentation and nano indentation has been done on the hard coatings by using the Bakovi's indenter and conic. Then it's scratch, nano scratch test. Then in micro indentation and micro scratch test and surface profiling. And for modeling and simulation, I use finite element modeling by using Abacus for the indentation stress analysis and indentation stress analysis on the pedestal design, and MATLAB programming on the spring mass tampon model, ZM method, and for some graphs for comparative analysis. And now here comes the results and discussion. So as I have already discussed that we face the distribution of homogeneous distribution of mass in case of one fixed end and one free end design. So we have taken as a pedestal design as the motivation, and here it indicates that fabricated silicon based cantilever which has been done at SC Bengaluru by SiC on the silicon substrate and SiCN low coating. So here I have taken the same thing has been done, and here like elaborately I have described how we have taken or the measurements for the pedestal design, and so that's the key difference, and this is for the reference, because like when the disturbance has occurred, it can show some tensile behavior or some compressive behavior. And for this one, we have done the FEM analysis on this design, which was the first, we have divided that into grids. Then second one is directional distribution, and this is total distribution, and this is minimum stress distribution, which is being indicated here by using the NSC software. And first come the porosilicon, which has been synthesized by using the electrochemical etching methods, and here indicates the AFM image of the single layer porous silicon, and I have included some graph which shows the variation of current density with the porosity. And
so here, what do you find? With increase in the porosity,
yes, sir.
Current density is increasing.
Increasing at
Why
some
it
point.
is happening like this?
Sir, maybe due to the resistance. It is
Of course, resistance is decreasing, but why it should decrease? Porosity is increasing. Somehow I have a feeling that if porosity increases, then material solid is decreasing. That is also there. If material is decreasing, how current density will increase? Current volume, the amount of material will be less because it is more porous. So is it because it is happening at the surface, the current is flowing basically at the surface?
No, sir, because we are
Because
taking
surface area will increase.
yeah, surface area will increase
With
because
porosity.
yeah.
It is because of that. No? That may be the reason. Okay. See, it is increasing, so anybody will ask this one. Why it is? It is basically because it is happening at the surface. Surface is playing a major role. Playing a role. Okay.
उसका एक लेयर होता है जैसे फर्स्ट लेयर बन गया फर्स्ट लेयर
Actually, like we have taken it as two. And next one is second layer coating.
This is the etching. This is the etching which is. Yes.
Then next one is the same thing. That is multi-layers. We have 7 layers. AFM image of the 7 layers, and accordingly we have given the graph between the refractive index and the percentage R, and which gives the reflectance graph. And we have also done the wavelength versus refractive index graph for different materials. Different means the PS10 different materials. And from this we can see with the increase in porosity, the current density also current density, thickness, and the refractive index. Current density and thickness is increasing, and for the refractive index, you can say at first it is less, again it increases, and then so the porous silicon, actually in porous silicon, the resonance frequency of the porous silicon cantilever is influenced by its porosity. That is F naught is equal to 1 by 2 pi K spin constant divided by effective mass, and which the effective mass is given as effective mass is this formula indicates the effective mass. But from this formula we can say increase in porosity reduces the mass. So whenever we are getting the frequency, change in frequency, that means if the porosity is increasing, mass is decreasing, that means the frequency is increasing. Yeah. So there is increase in porosity indicates that the non-linear frequency shift becomes dependent on the amplitude of the oscillation. Then here we see the frequency shift of this design. So this indicates means this one means PSA porous silicon, and frequency this one. So actually the non-frequency shift equation is given as for a system exhibiting non-linear stiffness, the resonant frequency can be approximated using the Duffy equation. Then from this we saw that the difference between the wall silicon cantilever and the porous silicon cantilever, in which the density in wall silicon is comparatively higher as compared to the porous silicon, and the surface area is low, but in porous silicon the surface area is high. And for gas sensitivity, the wall silicon shows moderate nature, or it shows high sensitivity in porous silicon. Then the thermal stability is high in case of wall, and in porous it is moderate. And the fabrication complexity in wall silicon is low as compared to the porous silicon. So from this table we can see that porous silicon is beneficial in surface area, and it shows good. Sorry, it shows good sensitivity, good gas sensitivity. So why porous silicon is better over ball silicon? Because of its porosity, and it can show or it can be useful, and it can show better result when used in gas sensing. So as it has surface area is also high, so on that cantilever design, if we can design a device, so it can be used as a good gas sensor.
At what temperature, up to what temperature it is stable? Temperature of application.
150
Up to what temperature?
It is the same one in case of porous silicon. The effective mass get affected by the porosity, the same equation which I have explained earlier. So this slide indicates nothing but the design or the pattern cantilever MEMS regenerator developed on silicon substrate, and this A figure indicates the top view of the design, and B indicates the cross-sectional view. This is the porous silicon device. So my next one is hard coatings, and from the hardness chart we can see the multi coating or the nano composites are showing more hardness as compared to the steel. So in place of steel we can use the nano composites or the multi-layers which shows more hardness as compared to the steel. The hard coatings can be used in protection of tools, wear and abrasion, then in fracture studies and interconnects and MEMS or names.
So just a question, because you have shown hardness and then so can diamond at nano scale, its hardness will also be affected or not?
Actually, sir, generally what happens in indentation, nano indentation, we don't use diamond.
Yeah, I'm just asking because seeing
In micro indentation, it can be used if it is hard.
no, I'm just
But
asking.
the layer is very thin. If we use a hard material,
So it's called DHC coating, diamond like carbon. In a separate section of coatings, which are carbon, but they are just carbon and DHC coatings.
So we are talking about diamond like.
Here's what is now. This is just the hardness chart. We are showing that some materials and composite can be made so that they can go close to that. We cannot use diamond because of its high cost. So we are trying to make the hardness close to that.
Reference नहीं I'm just asking because see क्या होता है इसका diamond coating तो होता है and we are having तो कोई problem नहीं diamond like the CVT हाँ pressure बताया हाँ ठीक है
so generally our study is on fracture and MEMS and NEMS device application. So here comes the TIB SIC coating on which we have done the indentation test using the three-sided pyramidal Berkovich indenter at different points on the.
one thing let me just tell you this is your paper ना
Yes, sir.
the quality of figures which is being projected here is these are not very sharp. So throughout the curly you have to use something sharp नहीं दिखता तो blurred दिखता है अपना फिगर तो अच्छा आना चाहिए ना दूसरे का तो प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है
You have that figure, I mean the one which I image G-analysis figure which I gave you is a
किसी के लिए किया
the one which I put in the
and उससे डॉट one more thing because see you have to defend this. Okay, आपने क्या किया है कि you have used this side of the screen, this side is completely blank. Alright, so either make it center or properly distribute it. ठीक है ना? Center पे करिए. चलिए ठीक.
So from this one, for the nano indentation, we have seen the hardness versus displacement into the surface and the modulus graph. And from this observation, we got the conclusion that the coating of TIP-SiC is so high hardness and modulus. So from the hard coatings, there is the effect of tip shape and sharpness. So as from this, the indenter tip also shows some effect on the on the properties of the material or the on that. So here the indentation impression reveals the different features related to the toughness of TIP-SiC coating. And in this image we can see the tip blunting, and in the A image we have seen the without any alteration that can be seen, and the second one we have seen the tip blunting. And after the after the tip blunting, these are the images we have got, and on which the FEM has been done, and this gives the stress distribution in case of cube corner indenter and in case of vertical indenter. So as from this we got that the sharper the cube corner indenter got fractured at much lower load than the vertical indenter. So here we studied the fracture in different loads. At different loads, the fracture image has been studied here. So this indicated for 500 nanometer, with depth 500 nanometer depth, the fracture image fracture has been studied, and 1000 nanometer up to the 2000 nanometers. And here we got the nano indentation graph at different depths corresponding to the load depth curve. So what actually happens while doing the indentation, the film and the substrate generally it undergoes the adhesive failure or adhesive spallation, which has been given or indicated here as the film adhesive and cohesive failure by the nano indentation. And so here we have seen the depth versus the load graph, and here we've seen the probability distribution involving the contact stress that is an copy. So the in hard coatings, the interfacial fracture energy also plays a crucial role. So which can be found from the Dent-Tornon equation, which I have represented here. So the parameter for the calculation of the interfacial energy has been given in the table. So here in the image we can see some picture frame crack and some chip segments. And this is an image by Ron we got.
So what is the conclusion finally? Conclusion.
Yeah.
So what did you cover? This is the result. So
sir, actually what the interfacial fracture energy of TiV2 is means.
So this is good location the value is very high.
value is very high. So those things you have to tell.
Yeah.
So maybe you can give some comparative data also here. That I think sir will tell you. So see, because we are not from this week, so we just want to see what is the variation here. Huh?
So these are the different stages of crack formation during the nano indentation, and here we can see some radial cracks and some picture frame cracks. These are only the crack formations that has been studied. That what type of cracks has been is occurring at, like when the teeth blotting is occurring. That what is the stress distribution, like here stress concentration has been studied. Sorry. Yeah. So the lateral and shear fault has been studied. Then how the chipping is forming.
So how do you see that some blunting or deformation in the tip has taken place? How do you conclude on that?
Yes, for that you need to go to that slide, which you omitted, which I gave you, but you didn't. The one image analysis slide, which is showing the tip. I mentioned this slide.
Tip वाला था ये, tip वाला
नहीं वो टिप ब्लंटिंग जो हो रहा है ना,
हाँ।
वो एक इमेज एनालिसिस सॉफ्टवेयर से पूरा मैंने दिखाया था, लेकिन उसे दिया ही नहीं पड़ सकता।
ये कोई बात नहीं।
लेकिन उसको बाद में दिखाएंगे।
So the tip sample electrical conduction, as electrical conduction also plays a major role. So we have also studied the electrical properties on the indentation, on the indentation deflection, and from which we can see the RF, that is film resistance, and I think this has been given, and the load of the sample and displacement into surface graph has been studied. And so yeah, this is the so here the cracking phenomena on SiCN films has been studied, and this is the image microscopic image of this that indentation, and here we can see the FM analysis and the stress distribution at different cracks or different points. We can see through the FM analysis. Different crack phenomena, different So also on hard coatings, we have seen the stress distribution with different coefficient of friction, that is mu. So here we have studied the FM analysis at different coefficients of friction, and which shows at different point adhesive spallation at different coefficient of friction. This is for the 6 images for the different 0.01. So the here we can see the interfacial fracture plays a role here for this one. Then and for the hard coatings, we have done the scratch test also, and from this scratch test on TiB2 titanium dipodride, we like it showed good mechanical stability and adhesion. So for the polymer coating, that is for the high temperature resins, we have studied the material, because as it shows good means high temperature resins means it is means it cannot be some general solvent, it high resistance to the general solvents. So here in this image I have shown the basic structure of BMI, then how it is fabricated, that is means BMI is combined with another material. It can be aluminum or it can also be some oxides also, and here the heat flow and the temperature graph can be seen, and this is the calorimetry of this monomer resins.
ये मटेरियल टूल्स कैसे सिलेक्ट किया आपने? ये वाला डिस्मेल on what basis you have selected this?
Actually, sir, as I have already told that means we are going for some materials which shows better performance. So this melamine when combined with the metal oxide or any other material, it shows good performance in temperature.
That you have searched in literature.
एयरोस्पेस मटेरियल में आता है, हाई टेम्परेचर रेजिन्स।
High temperature.
मोबाइल 3
2016 का पेपर था।
वो 2022 का तो दिखाएंगे नहीं, 2022 का है। Did you have? हाँ, ये 2022 का।
इसमें चेंज हुआ है कि you have made some blends.
Blends, हाँ, inorganic and
What is the change because of blending?
For that you need to show the, did you have those slides? Blending theory?
Properties
Yeah,
change.
your property change slides.
वो दिखाना होगा ना. See,
Yes,
we have already
sir.
done in 2016. 2022 we have a paper. So what was the change because of that?
The reason why somebody must ask question.
Should not ask question. अच्छा, somebody should ask question. But you should have answer to that.
लेकिन उसने गलती ये किया कि उसका तो फिर ये लैंडिंग वाला भी दिखाना नहीं चाहिए।
अच्छा.
वो उसने दिखा।
हाँ, सिर्फ उसी को लगता है।
सिर्फ उसी को रखते तो कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं करता। जो लैंडिंग वाला दिखा दिया।
See, here we have shown blending, and here you are writing properties of investment and
Yes,
life.
madam.
It can, so yeah, it.
Why you should show now
हाँ,
that
इस प्रॉपर्टी से ना दूसरे वाले स्लाइड में रखना चाहिए था। ये उसकी प्रॉपर्टी है ना।
anybody will ask, no? So you have to be very careful. See, here you have to give properties of blends.
Blends.
ये पूरा बहुत नेचुरल है कि anybody will ask. चलिए आगे बढ़िए. तो ये हम done so many of them or you have given examples?
So here is just I mean actually the paper सारे जो blends हैं
अच्छा, you have used so many of them.
yes.
चलिए. So which one performed best?
Yes, sir, the titanium dioxide.
No, which one? चलिए ठीक है.
So for the metal oxides, by doping or blending with the metal oxide, it shows the properties properties looked into the means we can do the coating of metal oxide on the pedestal design and which can be used in antibacterial or solar cell and this has this application which I just showed. And by doping we can alter the properties and which can show better performance in this. So here as I worked on the zinc oxide and with RGO and GO doping and this so yeah. So it has the indirect transitions due to the different states along with direct transition due to ZNO has been shown here. So like here the XRD graph for the different dopings of the Cu and copper and nickel doping on the ZNO has been shown. So it shows the different like as the XRD gives the phase diagram. So with the different dopings this image or this graphs has been shown for different diseases.
FM, NI zinc oxide, FM.
Oh, this one.
What is FM?
So
Ferromagnet.
अच्छा, it is ferromagnet.
and for the same for the copper oxide and for the nickel oxide I have shown that is the Zeren.CO which is application in gas sensor and photocatalysis and nickel.CO is that is ferromagnetism. It shows
Ferromagnetism, is it because of nickel or is it because of copper oxide or because of
nickel because nickel is magnetic.
So the whole material shows ferromagnetism.
It depends on the doping.
So what is the change?
Doping will change the property.
If you take simply zinc oxide, then what will happen? Will it be ferromagnetic or not?
So zinc is
Zinc oxide at nanoscale.
it in the transmission and so the SnO2, metal oxide like SnO2 has also been studied, and for the XID for SnO2 and SNO both has been studied here. So which showed good application in gas sensing, higher crystallization and lower surface area. Then the detrimental factor is the heat dissipation and optical crystallization. And by using the MATLAB, we taught this graph, that is height versus the width, and that shows for different application, that is the gas sensing and for the heat distribution.
उसको अंडर रिव्यू लिख देते ना, कॉम्प्लिकेटेड रिसर्च के डिफरेंट अंडर रिव्यू लिख देते प्रिंट पब्लिश कर दिया।
So here shows the aluminium AlFe2O3, which defect levels is coupled with the oscillation line frustrated spins by Fe doping, and that is precipitated by the aluminum ferrites. And for this we got the F and H nu graph for the different dopings, that is aluminum ferrite at 1% and 2% doping, and aluminum ferrite at 5% doping. So higher is the Fe3 concentration, it indicates the increased dissipation of the excited anesthetes, and the band gives out variation due to the defect levels formed. So summary and conclusion.
तो actually आजकल स्पिंडल में इसका टाइप तो हम ना प्रिंट उसको ये
सारे पब्लिशिंग हाउस का
सब के ओपन हो गया, तो लोग कमेंट करेंगे उस पर, मतलब उसके बहुत रिव्यूअर बढ़ जाएंगे।
Summary and conclusion, we have given some comparative analysis for the silicon substrate.
लेकिन वो ये नहीं दिखा है कि एक्सेप्टेड है, इट इज सिंपली अवेलेबल।
For that,
लोग पढ़ेंगे नहीं, लोग तो पढ़ेंगे, फिर भी पढ़ेंगे यार इसमें गलती है, ये सही है, शायद उसके लिए चल जाते हैं ऑनलाइन।
किस चीज़ से कंपेरिटिव एनालिसिस?
so for different materials, that is
Materials.
the different materials and different, that is for the Young's modular density, the damping coefficient.
मतलब वो जो
and
क्रिस्टल कैंटिलीवर है,
हाँ।
उसमें अगर अलग-अलग मटेरियल अगर यूज कर रहे हैं, तो उसका अलग-अलग कंपैरेटिव एनालिसिस।
ओह अच्छा।
So there is a connection. These are the data.
बोलना चाहिए था, पूरा सेंटेंस बोलना चाहिए था।
हाँ, यहाँ पे एक डायग्राम एक्चुअली दे देते हैं ना,
कंपेरिटिव एनालिसिस ऑफ डिफरेंट मटेरियल्स
इसका, हाँ।
Actually, I like silicon, nickel, and this malleable polymers.
Okay.
For four materials.
So which one you will go for if you are
बेस्ट रिजल्ट।
if you are asked
So for application based.
for okay.
Application.
So any application for this application, this one is
Yeah,
better.
like for like these melamine, we have seen that temperature, it shows high resistance to temperature. And for the silicon, as I told you, is like temperature density, the option of thermal temperature. So according to the application,
बट सर
हाँ,
ये 3 टेबल क्यों बनवाए हैं?
मैंने 3 टेबल इसने किया है। मैंने अलग स्लाइड पे अलग टेबल बनाया है।
अच्छा,
टेबल का आइडिया इसका है।
एक ही स्लाइड में
Material the same.
एक्चुअली एक ही
आप
स्लाइड
लोगों
में
से
से
मैं सबसे मटेरियल ढूंढने लगा कहीं अलग अलग है क्या
जैसे
है
प्रॉपर्टी अलग अलग है। हाँ, प्रॉपर्टी डिफरेंट है।
There is one very interesting thing I can see. The resonant frequency, and on the other side it is written natural frequency. So how do you differentiate? Both are same.
resonant frequency and the natural frequency. No.
They are result
सेम है।
Yeah.
उसको ना
एक ही रिजल्ट को दो नाम से एक ही रिजल्ट को दो नाम से आया क्या वो डिफरेंस है रिजल्ट सेम है
सेम है।
अच्छा, एक मैक्सिमम डिफ्लेक्शन, एक डिफ्लेक्शन
सेम ही है वो नेचुरल और वो रेजोनेंट फ्रीक्वेंसी या
वो भी सेम रिजल्ट है। इसीलिए आपने बोला ना किसी को अलग स्लाइड कंपैरिजन करने लग गए।
चलिए कोई बात नहीं, अभी देख
इसको देख लेना है।
देख कर लेते हैं।
From that data, for silicon, there is a frequency and the deflection graph for that data.
उसको प्लॉट किया।
ये थोड़ा सा देख लेना फॉन्ट ऊपर रहा है नीचे का जो है एक्स एक्सिस पे सैंपल का नाम जो है ना
So it will like it goes.
उसको थोड़ा सा देख लेना
तो है स्पेस है, इसको छोटा कर दीजिएगा। ठीक है।
Sensitivity is 1.2. And for the conclusion, the increase in coefficient of friction was necessary for better resistance towards the adhesive film failure and hence withstand high temperature. Then FE showed the chronological development of stress with increased depth of indentation and provided evidence that the film failure has its root in the early stages of indentation. Then the sharpness of the indenter is also a crucial factor and was found to favor the synergetic stress distribution, which reduces the sharpness associated with the brittle crack and induces plastic deformation surrounding them, enhancing the toughness. Then fourth is the applying an external voltage to an indenter tip allows its use as a nanomechanical. So for the feature scope, we can say investigating the effect of indenter geometry on the film failure and developing predictive models for film failure, then exploring the application of nanomechanical sensors in harsh environments, investigating the role of surface roughness on film failure, and developing a novel indentation technique for enhanced film roughness. And these are the list of applications. And these are the conference which I have attended and workshop and courses which I have done. And this is my research statistic and acknowledgement. So I am very much thankful to my supervisor for his like skillful guidance and in every
वो
step of
ऐसे
my
में बोल
research.
के गई थी ना ऐसे में बोल के
हाँ
मैं
अच्छा
मैं तो इसमें यूज किया थे
ये तो उससे लिखा नहीं है एक्चुअली
लिखना पड़ेगा
अच्छा वो छूट गया ऐसा नहीं कि लिखना नहीं जाता
अरे इसमें एक इमेज दिखाई है उसमें लिखा हुआ है ऐसे में
हाँ।
फैब्रिकेशन पार्ट कहाँ किया था
मैं IDP प्रोग्राम में गया था
To all the faculty members of the Department of Metallurgical and Materials Engineering, then the non-teaching staff, the fellow research scholars, and COE GEET, and Sir S.K. Mishra sir, then assessment sir, and Sri Patel sir from ML, Dr. Kabiraj from NSC New Delhi, DP Mohapatra from IIT Bhubaneswar, then E.N. Dev from ISCS Kolkata, SM Yusuf from Bag Mumbai, DC Sharma from IIT Mishra, PKP Rupa from the Tripura University, Ajit Kaur from the JP MSTS Kolkata, and Parmeshwar Om sir from Bombay International, and Atik Kumar from the Chaitanya University Telangana, and the university itself, the Central University Jharkhand, and my family and my friends.
Because we will be claiming for this. You don't have to write. Alright. Family and friends. The best thing is that it is a very beautiful photograph.
ये फोटोग्राफ कहाँ से
Photography of the
क्या फोटोग्राफ से
फोटोग्राफ से वो छोटू की दुकान के पीछे जहाँ सिगरेट मिल जाते हैं वहाँ से मैंने देखा कि इसका
आपने लिया है
हाँ भैया नया शुरू किया
बहुत अच्छा वीडियो
बहुत सुंदर देखा सुंदर फोटोग्राफ बहुत कम
अरे इसको ना वो ये आप तो बोर्ड पे कैमरा है बहुत क्लियर हां
क्योंकि इसमें
कॉपी एंड वाली है
इसमें एडवांटेज इसमें ये है कि इसका
ये सुना
कॉपी एंड वाली हम आदमी मत सोचिए कभी वो बड़ा
भाई वाला भी काम कर रहे हैं बियॉन्ड
हाँ वही से
बहुत बहुत सुंदर फोटोग्राफ
This is ready at mana?
मैंने कहीं देखा नहीं इस तरह का।
तो ये 4 चैप्टर
फर्स्ट टाइम
4 चैप्टर
लोग बिल्डिंग कर रहा है।
कब सबमिट करोगे? प्रिंट करके?
सर अभी कुछ दिन में सबमिट
कुछ नहीं मतलब
they print करके तो नहीं सर I'll submit that one after reviewing I'll print it or like for a doctor I should